Okay, so I'm coming up to my last casing. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's call them lanes, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lines of stitching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to cut this out, and this is pretty much the skirt. Cut off your loose ends. And the reason why I kept saying to pull it underneath to make sure everything was flat is when you turn it over. Oops, let me cut this. You'll see that all 4 pieces of material are there together. So now the only thing you need to do is, you see how you sewed these 2 together? You just have to put a stitch on the ends here from the top all the way down on both sides, just so that they'll stay nice. And you should have room because you didn't go all the way down all the way to the seam when you were making your casings. And you don't have to go all the way to the top, just kind of close. I know it's kind of hard to get to, just to keep it nice. Okay, so you'll just snip off all the extra thread, and you don't really need to see me do this right now. So basically you've got your skirt already made. All you have to do now is run the elastic through. So I like to go from the top down. So if you can see this, the first up here, that's called the lip. The second one is where you're going to run elastic. So what I do, I just measure it around real quick, give some extra space. You can't really see that. I just measure around my waist real quick, give some extra space because you'll need to tie it and just have extra. So I'll cut it off. Sorry if I'm getting you car sick here. I'll cut it off. I will put a safety pin through it. And I like to double the elastic just in case it comes through. So my larger one, I double. The other side, I just put through once. And I will put it on the actual skirt so that when I'm pulling the elastic through, the elastic won't come into the skirt and be lost in there forever. So this takes a really long time. You could just while sitting down watching TV or whatever. So just put it through the very first casing. So the first one is the lip, and this is your first casing. So you'll just pull this through. Or I'll show you on this side with elastic. You'll just pull it through like this, And then your elastic will come through. And at some point it will come all the way through, and because you know you've got 5 yards of fabric. You're going to pull that through. So that's your first one. Your second one, okay, so lip, first casing, the next one is going to be empty. This one is going to have elastic. So you're going to have 3 pieces of elastic. It'll be lip, elastic, no elastic, elastic, no elastic, elastic. So how you'll know if you do it right is right at the end of the skirt, there'll be elastic. So you're just going to pull it all the way through. Once it comes all the way through onto the other side here, it'll come out this other hole. You're just going to make a knot. And you're going to do it and kind of make it so you have a lot of room. And you're going to string it through the second and the third. And once it's all done, you'll put it on you, and then you'll adjust your elastic to your waist or your hips. And then you're going to have to kind of play with the material because it'll be chunked in different areas of the skirt. So you'll just have to kind of pull it and make it nice. And then you're done. So that's it. That's how to make a Pa'u skirt. And I'll pull this through and I'll show you what it looks like in a little bit.